Hello and welcome. My name is Melissa Parks. I am excited to tell you about the great business opportunity. But first, I'd like to say thank you to my business partners, Christina Villamore, Sarah Sees, and Elizabeth Peterson. We are here today to tell you about Rails and Ales, a unique way to see Alaska. Tourism in Alaska is a major source of income for the state. There were almost 1.7 million visitors to Alaska in summer 2013. And as shown in the graph here on the bottom left, we can see that 45% traveled by air and 51% traveled by cruise ships. The U.S. has been in a recession, and for a while the tourism industry was affected. However, the tourism industry is on the rise. From summer 2011 to summer 2013, the number of visitors increased by 7%, and visitor spending in Alaska totaled $1.82 billion in the winter 2012 through summer 2013. The graph in the bottom right corner breaks down the spending by region. Rails and Ales company values will be the main structure to how we will operate our business. We want to help support the Alaska economy. We will do this by contracting with local businesses and educating guests on Alaska's history and economy. We will continue to do market research to make sure we know our customers to be able to provide them with the experience they desire. By keeping our customers happy, we will be able to continue to offer our services, promoting local businesses and the Alaska economy. Rails and Ales' company vision can be broken down into 8 segments: background and industry analysis, services provided, promotion, price, places, people, processes, and physical evidence. We will now continue by discussing each one of these in depth. Our macro environmental factors include demographic and economy. Our demographical targeted customers are tourists in Alaska who traveled by air or cruise ships, which makes up 96% of the travelers. In summer 2014, Seward, the port we'll be targeting, is scheduled to have 71,470 visitors by cruise ship. Our customers will be between the ages of 21 and 50. They will enjoy craft beer and want to have a unique Alaskan experience like no other. Because the economy is on the rise again, we are entering the market at an ideal time. Micro-environmental factors considered in our market analysis are the consumer market, distribution intermediaries, and our competitors. The tourism consumer market is vast and includes a wide range of businesses. The graph featured here shows visitor spending by sector in 2012-13. Rails and Ales will be able to contribute to several of these sectors. We should not face many distribution intermediaries problems. All of the brews served are made in Alaska at the local breweries we will be visiting. The Alaska Railroad is locally owned and operated. And there are several hotels at each of our stops that if something doesn't work out on one, we should be able to make accommodations at another. As far as competition, there are 2 other options, but they are still very different from our tours and they are not in the same local areas as we will be operating. Currently, there is one beer train offered in Alaska. It is a round-trip adventure from Anchorage to Portage in October and is marketed as Oktoberfest. The trip is $159 per person and it includes the train ticket, 2 appetizers, 6 half pints of Glacier Brewhouse beer, and it includes raffle drawings that all ticket holders are pre-entered into. The Alaska Railroad partners with Glacier Brewhouse, who provides all the catering. This once-a-year offering is available for 215 lucky customers, and every seat is taken primarily by locals between the ages of 25 and 50. The only other competitor would be a tour offered in Juneau of the Alaskan Brewing Company. This tour is offered by Alaska Shore Excursions. It is $15 a person and includes a tour of the brewery, a way to learn about the history of the brewery and how the brew is made. Customers view the original 10-barrel brewing system and are able to browse the artifacts from the brewing history in Alaska. Guests also get to sample some of the beer at the tasting bar. The tours are offered from May 1st to September 25th and start every hour starting at 10:40 a.m. and the last tour begins at 5:40 p.m. Since this is in Juneau, we will not be in direct competition with this tour. Rails and Ales will provide a one-of-a-kind experience. offering guests to hop aboard the beer train and visit the many Alaskan breweries. The company logo will feature a train, 2 craft beers with the Denali Alaskan Mountains in the background. There will be 2 packages. A short one-day round trip from Anchorage to Seward. This one-day tour option will start in Anchorage and board the train at 6 a.m. Breakfast and snacks will be offered to guests aboard the train, and we will arrive in Seward at 11:05 a.m., where guests will have lunch as a group and tour the Seward Brewing Company. Then we get back on the train by 5:30 p.m., where dinner and brews will be served with, and guests will arrive back into Anchorage at 10:15 p.m. The second, longer one-way trip from Seward to Fairbanks will be 6 days and will include hotel, food, and transportation accommodations along the way. Day 1 will be meeting in Seward to have a meet and greet lunch with guests. Afterward, guests will tour the Seward Brewing Company and hop on the train to Anchorage, where they will stay for the night. Day 2 will be touring the breweries in Anchorage, including the Midnight Sun Brewery, King Street Brewery, and Moose's Tooth. Day 3 will board the train for Talkeetna, where guests will tour the Denali Brewing Company and stay for the night. Day 4 is a stop in Denali and touring the 49th State Brewery in Healy and stay for the night. Day 5, guests will have morning and lunch on their own, catching the train to Fairbanks at 4 p.m., where dinner and brews will be served on the train, and guests will check into the hotel when we arrive. The remaining Day 6, guests will have lunch and tour the Silver Gulch Brewery in Fox, and afterwards arrive back into Fairbanks, where the tour concludes and guests depart ways. You cannot get this type of experience anywhere else in the last frontier, which is the key attribute for the target markets. To promote Rails and Ales, the use of the internet, promotional videos, and pamphlets will be used. These will be available on our website, linked to tourism industry websites, Brew Society websites, and in visitor centers around the state of Alaska. The internet reaches the widest range of consumers around the world, especially in the summertime, which is when our tours run. The state of Alaska is a popular destination for people from all over. The Rails and Ales Company gives a specific target group their chance to cross the state by train while getting a taste of the local brews along the way. Our target group will be tourists and locals aged 21 and over with an interest in the brews. Home brew clubs, brew societies, and any adult who enjoys an ale would be the consumer group our company will mainly reach. The promotional video will show off the beautiful nature scenes the railroad offers and the people enjoying a nice cold brew with majestic mountains in its view. It will include commentary listing the breweries represented on our tour as well as the tours along the way. This will get the consumers excited for all the different experiences Rails and Ales offers along the way. The pamphlet will reach tourists who are already in state looking for ways to enjoy themselves. The company will create and maintain a Facebook page and website. When customers search for things to do in Alaska, Rails and Ales will show up as an attractive option. We will encourage guests to like our Facebook page and share their photos and stories. All tour information and availability will be updated and available daily. Our company will join with the targeted cruise ships who dock in Seward and Anchorage to do cross promotions. This will make it easy for tourists to see Alaska by land and sea without the fuss of making their own arrangements. We will also offer an end-of-season special for Alaskans. This will provide the opportunity for locals to have an excuse to see their own state while enjoying prized in-state brews. This will assist in our company gaining support from our own people and provide word-of-mouth promotion. Rails and Ales will be offering 22 tours. That starts the first week of May and ends in the last week of September. There will be 2 packages available. The first one is a one-day round-trip tour from Anchorage to Seward. This one-day tour is priced at $3.99 per person. Another tour is a week-long one-way tour from Seward to Fairbanks. This tour is priced at $1,158 per person. The week-long trip has stops to visit breweries in Anchorage, Talkeetna, Denali, and Fairbanks. The hotel is based on job-role occupancy. Rails and Ales prices are all-inclusive of food and beverages, hotel expenses, train ride expenses, and a luxury vacation to remember. All pricing is based on cost. Our office will be in Anchorage. Anchorage is the largest city in Alaska, and it is a major hub for traveling in and out of Alaska. The breweries will be located in Seward, Anchorage, Wasilla and Palmer, Talkeetna, Denali and Healy, and Fairbanks Fox. The breweries are stops on the Alaska Railroad route. We will sell the service primarily online, however we will sell in person at our office or over the phone or in conjunction with the cruise ship. Most of our sales will be online and through the cruise ships, as many of our tours will be sold in advance before travelers come to Alaska during the off-season or while they are mid their voyage on the ship. Our office will not have full staff during the winter months, therefore over-the-phone sales will not be as convenient for most of our customers. The employees of Rails and Ales will be over the age of 21 and have a love for craft beer. They will be recruited mainly through word of mouth and by advertising on the company website. The majority of employees will be Alaskan, but we do not exclude others from other states. Since the tours are offered only during the summer and it being the busiest time of the year, most of our employees will only be seasonal. Those employees who are seasonal have a chance to come back year after year to work for Rails and Ales, with incentives for them to return. The only year-round employees will be upper management. All employees will go through a training regarding the microbrews that are served aboard the train and how to maintain brand image. If they are going to be a tour guide, they will need additional training that goes more in depth on the process of brewing and history of the breweries. These employees will not only influence Rails and Ales brand image, but also the Alaskan Railroad and the featured breweries. Rails and Ales retention policy includes providing employees the opportunity to move up in the company, ongoing training opportunities, and an open-door policy where employees will be able to speak to their managers without the fear of repercussions. We will target tourists who end their cruise in Anchorage and Seward. After they exit the ship, they can enjoy our train tour up north and see whole new sights. Our tourists will fly to Alaska and then participate in our tour. We will offer shuttle service pickup at the cruise dock or airport. Guests can also opt to meet at the train station. Once our tour starts, the customers will have all transportation, meals, and lodging covered in the tour price. We will purchase vans for transportation to be used from each station stop to the brewery, dinner locations, and then back to the station or hotel. We will also provide snack mix at beer tastings. Customers will have comment cards available in the train as well as every brewery. We will respond to each negative complaint and when necessary change business procedure as deemed appropriate. If customers pre-book our tour but have to cancel, we do a full refund if they cancel within 7 days of the booking date. Once this date passes, they can receive 50% of reimbursement if canceled 14 days prior to the tour date. If canceling within the 14-day tour, special documentation will be required and reimbursement will be determined on a case-by-case basis. If weather delays cause guests to miss the train, we will do our best to get them on the next departing tour or provide the option of a deferral or a refund. The Denali Star and Coastal Classic trains are two of our physical evidence, since these trains will be used in the majority of our transportation. We will have a flag with our company logo hanging in the rail cars. We will also have several Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans, and our logo will be featured on the sides. We will also require employees to wear uniforms with the company logo visible. You can see the company logo here on the bottom right hand of the screen. As a recap, Rails and Ales is a one-of-a-kind experience that is offered seasonally in Alaska. This tour offers guests who hops aboard the beer train and visit many Alaskan breweries. Two packages are offered, a short one-day tour that starts in Anchorage and travels to Seward for the price of $3.99. Another option is a week-long tour that starts in Seward and ends in Fairbanks for the price of $1,158. Rails and Ales is only available for customers over the age of 21. Our target market of the tourists who end their cruise in Anchorage and Seward. We will be promoting Rails and Ales by using the internet, promotional videos, and brochures. So hop aboard the beer train for an experience you'll never forget. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our business idea today. We hope you are as excited about this adventure as we are. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let us know using the Blackboard thread for BA343 Final Projects Discussion Forum. Have a great day.